Yes. Are you sure we'll still be doing this witness by that time? We'll still be on the first witness by that time? Is your witness ready? What's the date of the deposition? Registrar. What's the name of the witness and the date of the deposition?
Luciana Mumford Hill. The date is 20th of June. About 10 minutes.
So this is the position. So this machine. And these services. The choose that many to stop. There is written additional statement on oath. Is there a previous statement? We are relying on just this statement on oath.
We are relying on that.
So that's your first defense witness.
Yes, sir.
Can you call out the witness?
I don't know what is wrong. We'll be communicating this morning. All of a sudden, I told her we should give her 10 minutes. And then she left. It's more than 10 minutes now. I don't know why she's not here.
Your colleague would have gone to call her now.
Malo, can I just step out and give her a phone? Just 2 minutes.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
the visit to second. Yes. Yes, Mr. Wanya.
Yes, yes,
Get to them.
I'm surprised.
I'm surprised
Because
because
I thought that she asked me whether to leave and come back after 10 minutes. To which I answered yes.
it's
It's
more
more
than
than
30
20
minutes
minutes.
in 10. I'm surprised.
Surprising seconds.
I can't
Let
even
me
reach
with
an entry
elementary
voice answering
answering
my
my friend.
the
The
number
number
I'm
I'm
calling.
calling.
If you can just
Just
hang
hang
on a
on a
little
little
bit,
bit,
sir.
sir.
And
And
we're
we are
very
very
sorry.
sorry. She has been
Been online
online.
huh,
Yes.
since
Since
10
10
o'clock.
o'clock.
So because she has been online since 10, so we also have to wait for her.
No,
In
sir.
this economy.
I'm sure
So
she
what's your
will.
application, please? Witness not available.
My application is that the matter be stood down
Now
for
for
the
the
next
next
3
few
minutes.
minutes.
Otherwise,
Otherwise,
then the
then the
court
doctor
can
and then
take
take
the
the
next
referee
15
50
minutes.
minutes.
We apologize.
Apologize.
NSH.
I not I will leave it to your logic.
No, my problem is that this is not a regular court sitting.
As
Regular court sitting, you can grant indulgences. We are timed. So if we are logged off, we are logged off, and that's the end of the proceedings. You know, so it's not, I don't have control over it. I don't have control over it. Each person is given a window, maybe they give a maximum of 2 hours. No virtual hearing lasts beyond 2 hours. So once that time, so we pay for it. So when you pay, they allocate time to you. So once that time elapses, we are logged out.
My God, unfortunately, I am going to be at myself or my client are going to be at the. So what we'll try and do is coordinate with the online people to see if they can accommodate us. In the meantime, I will urge this online young people. I'm not even sure that he has much control himself. But try and urge
No, but if you send a WhatsApp message, when it goes into a voicemail, it's just that the line is busy. No, that is line is just busy. That's what happens.
I'm sorry, sir. I can show you my
Actually, but what is funny, the thought of using the airplane. In fact,
we
we are
communicating,
communicating,
and
and
I
I
will
will be speaking
see now the
now.
video. I don't know what.
Registrar, do we have other matters? Hello? Yes. Another matter of Mr. One. Sir, no other matters. Yes. That's right. They record the matter. Case is still there.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
Like 30, it's like 2 kids, it's like everything. Between one, I think it's in there or anything. See yourself on that, see your needs. 3, they get very forget. 4, participated very. 5, the road in a factory. 6, you get it, you get it up. 7, savings, bonus. 8, follow the extra, you can have. 9, I know people that will be. 10, OGCV, so the answer. 11, Obrero, students. 12, teacher about the same movement. 13, I got 50 black person. 14, Musaka citizens. 15, Fasmaya Black 16, Maria African. 17, I agree with your lot. 18, Henry Chickens or only.
let's take it.
Can you put the witness? Counselor, can you put in the
My
witness?
parents, my lord. Yes, sir. Hello, Luciana.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. So the court is now sitting for your matter. So are you ready?
I am. There is a little bit of echo with this sound, but if there is anything I don't understand, I will ask if that's okay.
Okay, thank you. So I think you will be sworn in now.
It's going to affirm. Yes. Check if your mic is working. Your mic. Otherwise, you come here. Please come. This is Luciano. Please come this way. Registrar, come. Use this. Use this extra scissor. Use this. Just speak. Just speak. Yes, Luciana.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Kindly raise your right hand.
Sure. Can you see it?
Yes. And repeat after me. Hi.
Hi.
Your name.
Luciana Montfort Hill.
Affirm that the evidence I shall give
I find that the evidence that I shall give
affirm that the evidence I shall give
mean a firm evidence that I shall give
in this case
in this case
shall be the truth,
shall be the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
You, Mrs. Luciana, you are hereby cautioned that if you tell a lie in your testimony in this proceeding or willfully mislead this court, you are liable to be prosecuted, and if found guilty, you'll be seriously dealt with according to law. Do you understand this?
I understand.
My lord, the witness affirmed and caution pursuant to Section 206 of the Evidence Act. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, what's our position?
Okay, Luciana, please, I'm with you now. Please tell the court your names again.
I have her name, I have her address. Let me know her position. Is it the same
Okay,
thing?
the court wants to know your position in the company.
Sure. My name is Luciana Montfort Hill, and my position is HR Director Leader in Baker Hughes.
HR Director Leader.
My address is 5 Stubborn Rise, Ilkley. This is in West Yorkshire, United Kingdom, and the postcode is LS2908P.
Yes.
So do you remember the important statement dated 10th day of June 2024 before a notice ending? And dated also dated 6th day of May 2024 before the constitutional meeting of
this.
Yes, I do.
Yes, please.
How do you identify yourself?
Identified by my signature.
Thank you. You identify documents by affidavit.
Proceed, counsel.
So
What do you want
to do with your statement
that you have self-identified?
I want the court to use my statement as my evidence in this suit, please.
Absolutely. Can you move from behind Dali, please? That's why the thing is echo is. Move to the other side. The echo is from your systems. Oh, madam, your system is not on. To reduce the echoing. It's not from up. It's because of the proximity. When there are two systems, the airwave. So what does he say with her oath?
You want the court to do with your statement, which you have just identified. and your signature. This is the thing. Hello? Can you hear me?
She had muted herself. I think she just unmuted.
Yes, I can hear, but can you please repeat it? It was really fading.
Your witness says you should repeat.
Huh?
She's asking you to repeat the question. She's on. She's there. I can see her.
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you hear me, Luciana?
I can. It's a little bit better now.
Okay. My question is, what do you want the court to do with your statement, which you have just identified?
I want the court to use my statement as my evidence in this suit, please.
Okay. Yes. You made reference to about 8 documents in your statement. In your statement on oath, you made reference to about 8 documents in paragraph 5, 9, 10, 25, 37, 43, and 1 and 2 in the counterclaim. Is that right? You made reference to about 8 documents in your statement.
That's correct, Ade.
Yes. Are those documents original documents?
They are not.
Where are the original documents?
I believe they're missing or not located.
They are not located.
Correct.
My Lord, we seek to tender the documents in number 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on the list of copies of documents to be relied by defendants.
Documents 1 to 8.
The list on our list of documents to be relied
1 to 8.
1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Bring it to senior advocate. Just can I have the document, please? Please, do we have any difference? Is this? No. 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 Mr. Maya, which month is this for the payslip? I'm trying to locate the month. I just see 11 through 2022. Is that 11? Is that November payslip?
Yeah, yeah.
If for November, the date, I can't see the month.
Let me see that. Hello, what we are the exhibit.
I can see 11th, 2022, and I'm asking, is it for November 2022?
Yes, sir. It should be. That's the.
It should be or it is.
Let me confirm. Exhibit. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was our last visit. It should be November, sir. It is November. It is November.
The show cancer. Since there is 10 here, there is 11 here. So let me confirm.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, cancel.
Sir?
I need to be sure.
At the top. It was last.
Are the two the same? The two appear to be different, Mr. Wanya. Come, Lisa, come.
Is we are the 11 the second one.
So why did you put the first one?
That was where they sent it.
So Wanya, your document number 8, I will need your help. After today's proceeding, give us very clear copies, please. I can't read it. Number 8, I can't read it. So after today's proceeding, please get me very clear copies, please. Otherwise, if I can't read it, I can't comment on it.
The copies.
The documents are received in evidence and marked as follows. Mr. Wanya, you can't keep two systems on. Please, you have to mute one system. Mute one of your systems, please.
As a problem.
The claimant's employment contract, SBD1, claimant's pay slip, Exhibit D2, collective bargaining agreement, SBD3, email correspondence between defendants and employees, and certificate of authentication, XBD4. Letters from Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission to defendants, dated 27 July 2023, 8th of August 2023, and 9th August 2023, and defendant responses, dated 2nd August 2023 and 22nd August 2023, together Exhibit D5. Vehicle particulars for Toyota Prado TX, Exhibit D6. Defendants' lawyers' letters dated 21st December 2022 and 3rd April 2023, Exhibit D7. Statement of claimants' final entitlements, Exhibit D8.
I think we have been very good particulars. Bishop. I think the difference between the two payroll, the second one for November, marriage is the 13th month. It's about 6.something million. That was the difference in the rates. Figure. So,
I wasn't interested in the figures. I wanted to know the month so I can capture it appropriately. I wasn't asking about the figure, it's the month. That's why I brought it back to you.
yes, sir.
So any more for this witness?
Hello, Luciana.
She's muted. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, so having adopted your statement and the court having received your document that you referred to, what do you want the court to do with this case and your counterclaim?
I wish the court to please dismiss all the claimants' claim and grant the offenders' counterclaims, please.
Very well.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that's all for this witness, my lord. We'll hand over to the claimant's counsel, Leonard Seal.
Please proceed.
Yes, madam. Madam, I'm going to try to be very quick because of the time. Fellowship.
Just go on, please. We'll do what we can. You can mute yours. If you're not the one speaking, please mute your systems.
Yes. Luciana,
Yes.
good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
and thank you for finally joining us.
It's okay.
Am I right in assuming that you prepared and drafted your statement on oath dated the 10th of June, 2024?
Yes, and I rated this statement back
You
to our
prepared
lawyers.
and drafted it. Is that correct?
Yes,
So they are your words.
they are narrated to the lawyer.
Am I also right in assuming that your statement was sworn at your offices at 245 Hammersmith in London?
Yes, correct. That's our London offices.
Say that again, please.
It is our London offices.
Yes. So you
Yes.
swore at your London offices.
Correct.
Thank you. Currently, you're the business leader, HQ functions of the OFSC. Is that correct?
I represent OFSNE by being HQ functions, not only OFSNE, but I can represent.
Can you speak up,
HR.
please, so that we can hear you?
Sure. Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
As HQ functions representative, I represent OFSNE and can also represent other segments of the company.
We can't hear you.
No?
Yes. I
Better now?
didn't even hear what she said, my lord. Do we have volume? Just a little bit more.
I said if it's easier, I can just confirm it is correct, and I also represent Modern OFSNE because I'm part of the HQ functions unit of the company.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, she's confirmed paragraph 1, ma'am. When did you assume this role?
That was in May 2021.
May 2021, you assumed this
Yes.
role.
Yes.
So it is fair to say that at all relevant and material times, you are in this role.
Yes, I confirm that.
Thank you.
Welcome.
But what is interesting, Luciana, is that your name, no correspondence from you, does not appear in any of the correspondence with the claimant.
Can you repeat the question? It is interesting that I haven't communicated with the claimant, or?
Can you put up the phone? I can't hear what she's saying. Can you answer that question, please? Loudly.
Yes.
Speak into the microphone.
Sure. I'm very close to the computer, so let me know.
Go on.
The question was, I was just asking for clarification if the question was that I haven't communicated with the claimant. Is that the question?
So in all correspondence with the claimant, you do not feature. Can you explain why you do not feature? You didn't correspond with the claimant in respect of the issues in this suit. Why is that?
I understand now. Yes. So my role is global from a headquarters standpoint. And then you have the OFSNE dedicated local HR that would correspond directly with the employees depending on the matter. My key role during that time was to oversee the big change that the company was undertaking. So I was representing a global HR remit.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the simple point is that you are not directly involved with the claimant or her affairs in this matter.
I would say I'm indirectly related because I was part of how the change was carried out from a people and procedure standpoint to ensure consistency and fairness on the changes that were happening in the company at the time.
But were you directly involved with the claimant and the issues pertaining to the claimant's pertaining to this suit? Were you directly involved at the time?
I would say directly with her, corresponding with her, I would say no.
You would say no?
No.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So you were not directly involved with the issues pertaining to the claimant and the issues pertaining to the suit. Thank you.
Now, it's okay. Let me just clarify.
Just hold on.
Just hold on there. Pardon? I was not directly communicating with the claimant, but I was directly involved with the issue or anything else related to the changes.
Where is, I hope I'm not moving too quickly, but I am conscious of the time. Where is Tayo Akinyokun and Netu Batnaga, and why are they not the ones giving evidence in this case?
I was asked to provide evidence from a HR standpoint because a lot of the claims are related to unfair practices on what the changes were done.
I will ask the question again.
And Nitu is no longer with the company.
Yes, sir. Tayo Akinyokun. Tayo Akinyokun.
Tayo is with the company.
AKIN.
Yes.
KUN. And Netu Batnaga.
So Netu is no longer with the company.
I'm speaking to the judge. 1 second.
Oh, please. I'm sorry. Okay, no problem.
So Netu is spelled Neetu. Neetu. And her surname is Batnaga, which is BHA BHATNAGAR. My Lord, I don't know whether your Lordship got the answer to the question, or should I ask again? Oh, I see. But, oh, I see. She said she was nominated. Okay, so Luciana, can you please carry on with your answer?
Yes, so Nitu is no longer with the company. Tayo is with the company. And if he needed to be part of any information about this case, I'm sure he would be happy to support. I can't answer why he's not part of this particular witness.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So very quickly, I'm going to run through the organogram or structure of the company. And I would want you to just simply confirm that that is the position. So right at the top, you have the officer band, which entails the group CEO. No, my lord, I want her to confirm it. So I want to run through it quickly so that she will just say, yes, this is the position. If she has a different, my lord, it's the time. There's a lot to get through. Their position is essentially the whole defense. So that is why I'm doing it this way. I'm very grateful. And this comes from the fact that they led evidence in a particular way. So Luciana, please, just very quickly, I want to run through the organogram or structure of the company. And I want you to confirm at every stage, yes or no. And if it's no, then you can assist with saying what the position should be. So right at the top, you have the officer band, which entails the group CEO and the executive vice president. Is that correct?
Executive Vice Presidents is a title. It's not necessarily a band. Officer is a band, and it is represented at the CEO level amongst other members of the company.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Then next to that, so did my lord get that? You have the officer band, and then you have the group CEO and executive vice president who are in that level. Then the next to that is the senior executive band, which you also have possibly a vice president and a senior vice president. Is that correct?
You can. It's not
Yes,
as
you
black and
can.
white as you're saying, but you can. Yes.
You can. Okay, thank you. And then, yes, vice presidents and senior vice presidents under what is called the senior executive band. So you can. And these persons that I've just mentioned in the second tier, they run businesses, don't they? They're in charge of divisions, right? So for instance, maybe one of them would run an OFSE or previously an OFE, is that correct?
You would expect an OFSNE overall to be a very high band. So OFSNE would be officer or as a minimum SEB, which is the senior executive band that you laid out.
Thank you. So they would run the businesses. Thank you. And that would be the global business. So it would be the OFSC across the whole world, not necessarily regional, but OFSC across all the several regions. Is that correct?
You can have that.
Thank you. Yes. Can is good enough.
Okay.
Now, below that, you then have what we have or called the executive band. And again, they fall within different categories. For instance, you have the executive band 1, and then you have the executive band 2. Is that correct?
That's correct. They're called
Thank you.
compensation. They're
right.
called compensation grades. They're not called bands.
Now, in executive band 1, you would have again typically vice presidents of regions. Okay, so you would have, for instance, OFSC, Sub-Saharan Africa, or the Pacific, or wherever. But those people would run the divisional businesses. Is that correct?
You can have that depending on the size of the region. Yes.
Okay, good. And again, those people who would run the businesses would, under that can tier, which we've said, executive band 1, would be accountable for the business as a whole. Wouldn't that be correct?
It depends what you classify business, because
right.
the
business
company has
would be,
many
for example,
product lines. Yeah, you have to have a product line inside the region.
Just hang on. So we need to have order so that I can go along the pace I choose. So the executive band, where you would have, say, for instance, a vice president of a region, say, for instance, the OFSC, would be accountable for the profit and loss of the OFSC business in that region, which would, for instance, be Sub-Saharan Africa or the Pacific or Europe. Is that correct?
You can, yes.
Thank you. Then, so my lord, you would have what we call the executive band 1, which would have vice presidents of regions of businesses. So you have OFSC, formerly it used to be OFE, and the other IET and so on. And those heads of that particular executive band 1 would be a vice president of a region. Then below that, Luciana, you would have executive band 2, or sometimes called generally executive bands, and these would typically involve managers or directors of product lines. Is that correct? Managers or leaders of product lines, directors or leaders of product lines. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. The EB1 and EB2 are not bands. They're compensation grades. So it just means depending on your salary bracket, you would be in EB1 and EB2. Right. So you can have, just so I explain, you can have a senior executive band being a peer to an executive band if they sit in the same level of the organization. And you can also have EB2s representing VP roles. So we're not really a band-driven organization. We're more.
So let me ask the question this way: a product line leader or product line director, right, would typically run a product line or two, but would not run a business. Is that correct?
Not really. They run the business for their product line.
Yeah, for the product line, yes. That's what I said.
Yeah, the product line is a business, so you can run.
Yes, the product line is a business, yes.
Yes.
But they would run a product line business, yes.
Yes. So you said that
yes,
they don't own the business, and I said they do. If you are product line of a region, is a very important role. And you're accountable for that product line, which is a business.
Yes.
Okay.
But of course, we know that there's a difference between a product line and a division. For instance, the OFE or the OFSE, yes, it's a question. For instance, the OFE, which no longer exists as we know, or the OFSE has several product lines within it. Is that correct?
They are named differently. Is OFE
and OFSE. Can you hold on?
Yes.
Hold on, Luciana. Hold on, Luciana. So Luciana, for instance, yes, I put it to her, sir. Okay, so Luciana, would you agree that there's a difference between a product line and a division, in the sense that within a division, OFE or OFSE, for example, there are several product lines within it?
I can't confirm that because I don't know what's your understanding of division. We don't have divisions.
No, you don't need to know my own understanding. Okay, let me ask it this way. Can you please tell me the several subsets within the OFSE, for example?
Sure. So OFSE operates as a business segment in the company. Within OFSE, which was merged with the old OFE you related to, which is the segment, they have now many product lines or segments within SSPS which is the new OFE. So
Yes.
what
have
you call
different
product
segments.
line maybe is what you're calling divisions.
So you have several product lines within the OFSE.
Correct.
And OFSE. SE, yes, ma'am. The address will explain all the nomenclature. And equally, prior to the 1st of October 2019, I'm sorry, I'll say that again. Prior to the 1st of October 2022, you had an OFE, whether you call it company or segment or whatever, you had several subsets within it. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes, for instance, you had within the OFE, you had the subsea production systems, you had the subsea service and offshore equipment, you had the surface pressure control, you had the subsea drilling systems, and you had flexible pipe systems, just as an example.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Your understanding is correct. Yes.
Yeah. So we're clear now, because you're the expert on human resources and the structure of the company. Thank you. So that makes it clearer for me. Now I have a far better understanding of what happened. Now, please have a look at the contract dated the 1st of October 2019, which you have submitted as D1.
Please give me a second. I need to open the contract.
We've taken the liberty to put it up on the screen for you so that it's easier.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Yes, that's easier.
Right?
Yes.
Now, this is the contract between the claimant and the defendant. In particular, I want you to look at clause 2.4. Clause 2.4. Down. 2.4, yes. Yes, my lord, is on page 2. My lord, are we? Luciana, can you please have a look at that clause?
Yes.
I guess she's looking at it now.
2.4, you initially report to
Yes.
Giambattista
Now,
Domenico.
so
Yeah.
If you look at that clause very quickly, because I've got a lot to go through. So if you forgive me, I will be very swift. But it says very quickly, I mean, it's clear. It says you will initially report to Giambattista Domenica, who is executive business operations. Now, you were in the same position, like I believe you described that you are now. So you know Giambattista Domenica, is that correct? And you know of his role at the time.
Mm-hmm. I know him. Yep.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Not yes. The court doesn't know what means.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So my own understanding of Giambattista Domenica's role at that time was that he was responsible for the Sub-Saharan Africa business of the OFE. And in that role, he says that he was responsible for building and leading the strategy in the region and driving growth and profitability of the OFE business. And of course, like we've already established, the OFE business had under it subset product lines, which I've already ruled out. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Thank you. And according to clause 2.4, the claimant reported directly to Nweneka at the time.
Correct.
Right. So Nweneka was the claimant's immediate boss and she reported to him at that time. This was on the 1st of October, 2019.
Yes.
And again, for clarity, the claimant's job title, role, and accountabilities was Executive Band 2 at the time, and she acted as Executive Director or Product Line Director lead for the subsea and offshore equipment products subset. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Thank you. So I will, to again save time, the difference between the job title, role, accountabilities, etc., of the claimant and Giambattista Domenico was essentially that the claimant ran the product line subsea services and offshore equipment as one of its subsets of the OFE business, which was run by Giambattista as a whole. So she ran one of the product lines, whereas Giambattista ran all the other product lines, including hers, as her line boss. Is that correct?
It is, but if I may add, the regions,
okay, go on.
the regions operate a very concurrently role with the product line leaders. Is a regional.
I'm not talking about other regions. I'm just talking about these two characters, the claimant and Giambattista. I'm not talking about other regions. I'm just talking about this particular.
It's okay. It's just not accurate to say that he led all the other product lines, because regional leaders don't lead product lines. They lead the regional operation strategy and operations. They don't lead the product lines directly, all of them. That's just for clarity.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you. I didn't hear that one. So what do they lead? Can you say that again, Luciana?
You asked me to confirm if Giambattista was in charge of all the other product lines. They are not in charge
directly. Sub-Saharan Africa region.
Yes, in OFE Sub-Saharan region, the regional roles in any business segments in our company have a accountability for the regional strategic and commercial direction of the product lines that are in that region. you also have to
Yes.
counterbalance accountability for profitability with the product line directors of the particular product line.
Yes.
So you don't own anything yourself. They're different. They have different accountabilities. Who is the region and who is the actual product line leaders?
But the bottom line is that the claimant reported to Giambattista Domenico at that time. Isn't that correct?
Is correct.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And then at the time, Giambattista Domenico reported to Neil Saunders, who was the executive vice president of the OFE. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That's correct. Neil Saunders, my lord, Neil. Saunders' surname is Saunders. He was the executive vice president of the OFE. So we move from the claimant to Giambattista to Neil Saunders. Now, please read clause 2.3 of that contract. And you will see 2.3, my lord. And you will see that it says, you may from time to time be required to undertake duties outside those which normally form within the scope of your job title, right? Yes, my lord, clause 2.3. So my own understanding of that clause is simply that though you may be required to carry out other duties outside your regular job title, your job title remains the same. Is that correct?
That's not correct.
It's not correct. Okay. Please read it again and explain to us why those words, those simple words, mean something different to you. I would love to hear what you have to say.
For sure. Would you mind putting back up?
Please, can you put it back up? She's hosting at the moment. Luciana, apparently you're hosting and you need to move the host back to us.
Is that okay?
To GRF, Dahlia Empowerment. Time is not. Has it been done? Well, my lord, I'll leave it out. If she has a different view, we want to hear that view. Yes. Yes, well, I was waiting. She said she needs to see the screen, but unfortunately, we can't get the screen back up because the host has moved to her. So we need her to release it, but
no worries. I have it. I have the contract in front of me.
Thank you.
No worries. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, you can hear you, but
Yes.
So if you can hear me okay, I would like to try and explain from a HR standpoint what that clause, in combination with clause 23 that you find in her contract, in the claimant's contract.
Can you hold on? Can you hold on, please? Hold on.
Sure.
At the moment, Luciana, you are currently, for some reason, hosting this Zoom. So you need to return the host. What does she need to do?
I haven't changed anything.
So right-click next to your name and
Okay.
move the host down to GRF Dali. Where is that? Okay. It's easiest way. Is it back to us?
right, okay.
Right. Oh, I'm told you have the hard copies of the contract. So can you refer to the hard copies, please?
Can you, is that move now? Is that okay?
Why don't you speak to her? Time is not up. Right, look at the hard copies of the contract.
You have
You have it before you.
Which the 30% was.
your lordship.
Ready.
Luciana,
Luciana, please have a look at the hard copies of the contract.
Okay, great.
right?
Right? Look at the clause referred to, clause 2.3.
Can you read it
Can you
out?
read it out for us, please, and tell me what your understanding of that clause is?
So that clause is consistent with all the contracts in the company. And what it means is that the company from time to time might require variations on someone's job, including title, because of the organizational needs. Everybody in the
That
company
is your
acknowledges
understanding
that.
of the clause.
It's a big company. Everybody has some time to time changes in the roles. We retain the reasonable changes. And if there's contractual changes, is a very different
Okay,
discussion.
can you please read the clause for me, please? Read it out.
Sure, give me a second. You may, from time to time, be required to undertake duties outside those which normally fall within the scope of your job title, if, in the company's opinion, you are capable of discharging such duties. You shall perform all duties reasonably required of you by the company.
Right. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Now, my own language, first language, shall I say, is English. Right? And I feel that I have a fairly good understanding or grasp of it. I don't know if that's the same position with you, but where a statement is qualified and it states that within the scope of your job title, it means that the job title, to me, and I'm sure to most other people, it will mean that the job title remains the same, hence why the qualification. But thank you for your opinion. We'll carry on.
I'm sorry, everything that you said got echoed and it was said twice at the same time. There must be 2 videos or audios on. I think I understood what you said, but I need to say that this is very hard to replicate what you just mentioned. If you don't mind repeating to see if it got better, it would be much appreciated.
No, I want to move on. I won't bother. I didn't ask you a question. I just made
okay. Sorry.
Yeah. So now, can you please have a look? Okay. Sorry. Who has joined? Sorry. My lord, somebody else from Baker Hughes has joined and I'm not sure if that's helpful. There's another person, BH iPhone HT2. We don't know who that is. Wait.
Yes, sir. This is Eric Sherrar. Was the second witness
yes,
called?
That's the other witness, my lord.
I do apologize to the court. We are experiencing a very heavy hurricane, Houston, so I continue to drop in and out. My apologies.
Please drop out.
Eric, you need to log out.
No, he can log in and mute himself. Okay, yeah, because a witness, yeah, a witness.
The same, pretty much the same thing, man. Can you please have a look at the letter dated 22nd? Okay, what's the exhibit? This is it. What exhibit is it? Letter dated 16. Sorry, exhibit 16. Please have a look, Luciana, please have a look at the letter dated 22nd July 2021. Exhibit 16, man. Don't worry, I have none. She should. Yeah,
can you please put it up on the screen?
It's the letter dated 22nd July 2021. Exhibit 16. You have the documents in front of you. We had written an email to
If the question is to me, I don't have it. If you're able to put it up on the screen, please.
We can't put it up on the screen because you are the host at the moment.
Oh.
And you need to click on your name where your name is, what she should on
I
our
tried
name.
that. Yeah, I tried that. Let me just
Okay,
try
click
again.
on our name.
Sure.
What does she do? Then click on more. Where is more?
Yeah, I'm trying to find that. I was trying to find that option. Just give me a second, please.
Anyway, in the letter,
Mm-hmm.
explain to her. Please explain to her what to do.
Hello, Luciana. Kindly click
No, I
on.
made a host. I made a
Thank you
host
very much.
again. It's okay. Sorry, I made it. I think I'm succeeded on the request of the host change. If you'd like to try. Thank you.
Luciana, what do
Yes.
you understand by this letter?
The claimant had had a change of the band, compensation grade, EB1, and has had a different role appointed to her. And the change of salary requires a promotion letter.
So can you repeat that again for the court?
The letter reflects the change of the compensation grades to EB1 and is stating the new title of the role that you will be performing, as well as the salary and benefits, which requires a letter to be issued to the employees when these conditions change.
So in not so many words, it's a promotion letter, which is what the caption says.
Here's a promotion, yes.
Thank you. And essentially, the claimant filled the shoes of Giambattista Domenico.
What do you mean about fill the shoes? Can you clarify that?
I don't know any other way to say filling shoes.
That she has taken his role.
Correct.
Yes, in essence, that's exactly how I would see it.
Essence,
yes.
That's
Yeah.
good enough for me. Thank you. So the claimant, my lord, in essence, took over the role. My lord, I will rush quickly. Now, in several of your paragraphs in your statement on oath, which obviously you claim you wrote yourself, you said that that the claimant resigned, but yet we have not seen such resignation letter. Can you please enlighten us with one or describe how she resigned?
Are you referring to the resignation in 2022? No longer related to
I'm
this
not
letter?
referring to anything. I'm saying that you said that the claimant resigned. So tell us or show us the claimant's letter of resignation.
If an employee is offered a role or is confirmed or appointed a different role following an organizational change, and is a role that is the same terms and conditions and suitable alternative of employment, and the employee does not accept, we deem his organization as you have resigned. That is what is referred to in the statement.
Your
The
organization deemed, yes, you. So now the organization creates its own law to deem when people resign without them actually resigning. That's what you're telling us. You, your organization, deemed that she resigned without any law, any written document, nothing. You deemed. Thank you.
Deemed means considered.
Is it the case that you chose, not you personally, but your organization, through Netu Batnaga and Tayo Akiokun, you chose by oral means to terminate the employment of the claimant at the team's meeting between the two mentioned, Netu Batnaga and Tayo Akiokun, and the claimant. That was how you got rid of her. You told her by teams. Isn't that the case? By
no,
team
you're using words that are incorrect.
Tiana,
no one got rid of anyone.
You have to be careful there, because now we're all on record. Your organization, through Netu Batnaga and Tayo Akiokun, on the 9th of November 2022, chose at the team's meeting, by way of reading out a statement, to get rid of the claimant. Isn't that the case?
Can you prove that someone said get rid of her? I do not confirm that at all.
You do not confirm that. Well, I've given proof already, but you did not confirm that. Is that your response?
I would like to see what you're referring to if someone saying to get rid of her in a team's meeting. If you're asking me to confirm, and I have not seen it.
Said it. There were 3 people in that team's meeting. There were 3 people, and the claimant was one of those people. And she said it in her statement that at the meeting between herself, Batnaga, and Tayo, a statement was read out to her in which they got rid of her. And then she proceeded to ask Batnaga to put it in writing, hence the email of the 9th. Now, if we look at the email of the 9th, and you put it up, please. The email of the 9th of November. It said, stop there. Hello, Faye, as per the phone conversation you just had with Tayo and myself, kindly see below. Now, that statement is actually a regurgitation of the oral words. I'm sorry, my lord. What's the exhibit number? Exhibit number 8, my lord, I apologize. Exhibit number 8. So do you deny that? Sorry? Can I see the exhibit? I just want to confirm it's 8. Is it Exhibit 8? Yes.
Very good. We have gone nearly more than 1.5 hours. I was only given 30 minutes on the day I was cross-examining the claimant.
My lord,
the rules of the court.
The more you waste time, the more will be here, Mr.
Clear about how many minutes the court can permit a counsel to cross-examine. Is there 30 minutes?
We are even helping, my lord. So, Luciana, are you denying that that statement was made at the team's meeting?
I'm denying you saying that the meeting said get rid of her. I cannot confirm that that's what happened. This is your words and is incorrect.
Okay, but do you accept that that statement was read to the claimant at the meeting?
I wasn't in the meeting, but I can see from the notes
You were
that it
not
is
in
a
the
summary.
meeting. Thank you.
No.
You were not in the meeting. That
but
is
I
good
can
enough
see
for me.
you showing the statement on the screen, and I can see what happened is exactly what I mentioned before, that she refused, the claimant refused to accept the appointment of the role. They heard their concerns during the meeting, and by not accepting the role, it is a resignation. And that is the confirmation of the understanding, the mutual understanding in that meeting.
Thank you. Now,
You're welcome.
quickly, very quickly, on or before the 24th of September 2022, or before the 24th of September 2022, were you in the company of Mr. Tayo Akinoku?
What do you mean I was in the company?
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought I was speaking English. Were you and Mr. Akinoku together?
Together in the company?
No, together physically at any location.
No, not that I recall.
Right, so you are not on the trip.
What trip?
Your answer has answered it. You said what trip? So you are not on the trip to Lagos with Mr. Akinoku on the 24th of September 2020.
I was not, no.
2022. No,
no.
2022, my lord. 2022. Yes. Now, can you please quickly look at still right? Can you please just very quickly look at lines 1 and 2, the same exhibit 8, my lord. Please look at lines 1 and 2 of that. I apologize, the second and third line. Quickly, it says we have dash that regarding the appointment to a new role you were offered by Baker Hughes on October 1, 2022. And then it also says at lines 8 and 9, we have decided to consider your refusal to accept the appointment to a new role. Right? It's there. Now, both statements make reference to the appointment of the claimant to a new role. Isn't that correct? Is that correct?
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah. So they wanted to appoint her to a new role. Or you, your company, wanted to appoint her to a new role.
Yes, there were changes in the company.
She said
So,
yes.
yes.
Now, I
Sorry, he's on mute. I can't hear anything.
take it off. In the ensuing correspondence predating the engagement of legal counsel, you make no reference to the words reassignment, assignment of new positions. You made no reference to the words reassignment, assignment of new positions, or the words retained and assigned, because, as you've just confirmed, you always made reference to her being appointed to a new role. There was never any indication of the words assignment, reassignment. Yet, no, my lord. I want her to answer, but I want to complete it so that you answer everything. Yes, in several paragraphs of your statement on oath, paragraph 12, 14, 23, and 30, you consistently anomaly. Can you please reconcile this anomaly?
You have to just repeat the last 10 seconds, please. You went off on mute and back on.
Okay, I'll say that again. Essentially, before lawyers were engaged, you did not use the words reassigned, assignment of a new role, or assignment of a new position. You always talked about appointment to a new position or role. Appointment to a new position or role. So can you reconcile that anomaly between the two positions?
If the question is what is reassignment and what is new role, they are very interchangeable terms in HR. If you have a new role, we might talk about it. If it's a different location, we might talk about as assignment. If you have a different role, you might be discussed about in the way that this meeting was held. That's interchangeable words in HR.
In HR, but not in law.
In law is in accordance with the 23 of her contract.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Switch off that. I'll run off duty. My lord, I will hurry. I'm going to. My lord. As the court pleases, the witnesses didn't come. This constant having to. My lord, I will rush through, and I'll at least this. My lord, I will rush through. Now, this witness. Now, Tiana.
Yes.
By your purported letter of offer, sorry.
Went on mute again.
Now, Luciana, please describe, look at Exhibit 7, which is your letter of offer dated the 27th of September 2022. Have you seen it?
Are you putting it up on the screen, please? So we're looking at the same thing?
She has it. Okay. Refer to your documents. Put it up. Okay, it's on the screen now. Now, look at the role that was offered to the claim. Now, in that role, SSPS as a director, is that correct? She was being offered to manage a product line, SSPS, as a director, is that correct?
Not in the same way as product lines were before. SSPS became a product line, and before OFE was a segment and not product line. SSPS became a product line together with OFE.
No, I've asked a very simple question. I will ask again. Roll quite SSPS, product line director, SSA. So what does that mean?
It means you are the product line director for that region for the entire SSPS, which is the new segment name for OFE.
Thank you. Thank you. So head to SSPS for Sub-Saharan Africa under the product line SSPS under the OFSE. Thank you.
Sorry, it's not under. They are the same. SSPS just changed the name. OFE is SSPS.
Sorry?
OFE, the on-field equipment, became a new segment called SSPS. That's why product lines, as it was before in 2019, they're not the same in 2022.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And she was to, my lord, I'll be very quick. And she was to report to Ahmed El-Bahari. Is that correct?
Correct.
And what was the role of, or job title of Ahmed El-Bahari?
In 2022?
Yes, 27 September 2020.
He was the VP of the region. So let me just check the correct title for you, if you give me a second.
You said it in your statement.
No, I don't have it in front of me.
of the OFS.
It was OFSNE.
Vice President of the Sub-Saharan region. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes. Senior Vice President. Yeah.
Was Vice President or Vice President?
Senior Vice President.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, he's a Senior Vice President for OFSNE.
Well,
Looks like Africa.
on oath, we refer to our as Mr. Ahmed El Bahari, who was Vice President SSA, became regional Vice President of the newly formed OF business. So you refer to
I heard nothing that you have said. Please, can you repeat it? It's coming in and out. Maybe take the extract out of the video so it's better connection.
No, don't talk about the connection because you heard what I said, and I heard you said he was senior vice president, and we know what it means. Vice president, know what it's vice president. So I'll move on.
Hello.
Based on the restructuring, which we all agree on, the purpose for the restructuring, which was essentially to save company money, but not due to that. If on the 1st October 2022, the same job role and position as President Sub-Saharan OF.
I can't hear.
Sorry?
It's coming in and out like it's broken. I cannot be responsible for answering something that I can't hear. Would you mind repeating?
Effectively, from the 1st of October 2022, the claimant's job title role as Vice President Sub-Saharan Africa of the OFE company came to an end. Is that correct?
What came to an end?
Her role, because the restructuring meant that everything had to change on the 1st of October.
Okay, I hear your question now. Okay, so you're talking about the claimant's role, okay?
It came to an end on the 1st of October 2022 because of the deadline for the change. Is that correct?
It's not correct because it hasn't come to an end. It just changed. And we can change the roles in the company as long as within a very fair and consistent terms and conditions, which is the case for the claimant.
Well, let me ask another way.
Sure.
After the 1st of October 2022, was the claimant still the Vice President, Sub-Sahara Africa for the OFE company?
No one was. The role changed.
No one was. Thank you.
The role changed.
Nice try.
Well, you're trying to mislead the question, I'm afraid, and it's not correct, the statement that you're making.
You said no one.
No one had that title. OFE has changed to SSPS.
Yes.
Nobody. That's
She was,
thank you.
let me please make this clear. She was OFE SSPS. She was OFE.
I think
which
you
is
have
SSPS.
answered the question, Luciana. You can leave it. You've answered the question.
Sure, okay.
My Lord, I have about 2 or 3 more questions. And I don't want a situation where I rush these questions. If your Lordship is minded, 2 or 3. They're all related. So what I'm trying to do is clump them together. Okay. I'll try and finish in another 5 minutes, provided the answers come quickly. Now, Luciana.
Yes.
You will recall that there were roughly, at least identified by the claimant in our claim, 19 executives, or there's a list of 19 people who we said were senior execs or vice presidents, or they were in different bands. There's a list. And out of all those 19 people, some of them were either retained, majority of them were made redundant. I believe about 10 or 12 of them were made redundant, and others were, shall I say, given an alternative role. Actually, only 2, okay? But what I want to know is that apart from the claimant, were any of those 19 terminated, or were their roles terminated? Out of the whole 19, apart from the claimant, was anyone else terminated?
The claimant wasn't terminated. The claimant resigned.
I said, apart from the claimant, was anyone else let go, terminated, driven away, deemed, resigned, whatever you like to call it? Was anybody else?
You have had people who were made redundant who didn't have a job.
Can you answer the question, please?
If they ask, the answer is that termination meaning including redundancy. We have had redundancies for people who lost jobs.
I said, apart from those that were made redundant, offered role, which they accepted, and aside from anyone else let go. Can you please answer the question?
Looking at your list, so I can see if there's anybody else related to your question. Just give me a second, please.
My Lord, I think the claimant has answered the question.
Please, stop interrupting.
Yeah.
We're almost there, Mike. This constant interruption. Can you please answer the
I
question?
think, yes, I think there might be one more case, but I'll have to check the records.
Where
But I
the
think
record?
there's one more case.
You don't know. You don't know that.
I would have to check if my records are correct for one of them. If you're
So-
asking just for who resigned, not the people who were made redundant. That's correct? Yeah. I think there's one more case.
So your answer, without you telling me definitively that you are not aware.
Out of the list given, there was many other people who resigned, but out of the list you're asking, I think there's one more case of
But
resignation.
you haven't told us. You've had the
Pardon?
opportunity to check your records. You sworn to a deposition wherein you met people from that list, but you didn't think it important to refer to your total record to let us know who else was left. Thank you. In the Lagos, were any members of the
Too much
executive
echo, please.
in the Lagos were any of the executives of the OF any OFU? Can you please answer that we progress?
Can please someone else speak the question because I cannot hear it. It's a big echo behind, that's all.
Right.
To reduce the volume of the speaker.
Luciana, I'll try again.
That's better. That's better.
Lagos office, were any of the other executives of the OFE division paid redundancy?
Oh, yes. Are the executives paid redundancy?
In the Lagos office.
In the Lagos office. I don't think anyone else was redundant at that time.
You don't think anybody else was redundant at the time in the Lagos office?
No.
So are you sure or you don't think so?
I don't think so. I can't be certain because this is 2 years ago, so I'd have to
Not very long.
That's all.
Well, your memory is good.
You're asking for documented questions that I need to verify, and I can ask for you to elaborate on what you're after so I can answer concisely.
Okay. So
Are you after a particular case, or is it just a generic question? It's very different, please, for me to answer.
I am not asking a generic question. It's a specific question. Does the name Omar Wade ring the bell? Does the name Omar Wade ring a bell?
It does, yes.
It does. And he was in the Lagos office, wasn't he?
Lagos, yes.
Right. Need to catch up, Luciana. Fully informed.
I am informed. I just need to know exactly what case are you after rather than generic questions. I will help you if you help me, telling me what you need, please.
Now, if again, I want you to refer to the electronic mail dated the 1st of October, 2019. Okay, that's exhibit. Sorry. The 8th one. Yes, my
Email.
contract. Sorry, my lord, I apologize. The contract. Exhibit 2, right?
Okay.
But they also put it in as
D1.
D1. What is weight?
20.
Sorry?
2020.
What's the exhibit?
It's 2020. Wait.
Yes. Now look at that exhibit and also exhibit 20, which is that of Omar Way. Also the contract of Omar Way. Exhibit 20 and 20. It will be 20. So if you look at, compare the two, I'm sure you see these all the time and you know what I'm talking about. Apart from the name of the parties, i.e. the employee, the remuneration and the job title of the two, is there any other difference between the two?
Nope.
There isn't.
Not that I can see. No.
Now look at exhibit 20A, which is wage pay calculation. 20A, my name. Right. I believe that was prepared and also forwarded and signed by the HC&T lead. Is that correct?
Yep.
Right. So now HC&T lead, Tola Olashore. It was prepared, forwarded, and signed by the HC&T lead. Now, if you look at that calculation for, that's exhibit 28, that's Omar Wade's calculation. Is it accurate in your view?
There's a redundancy calculation.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Are you asking for me to confirm that that's an accurate redundancy calculation?
I'm asking you to confirm whether that is an accurate calculation, because we both know it includes other calculations apart from redundancy. Is that calculation as a whole accurate?
I don't see anything inconsistent in that extract.
Positively, for once. Yes, it's accurate. No, it's not accurate. And you tell us why no. We're almost through. So at least let's end with a positive note. Can you please tell us whether that's an accurate calculation?
It looks accurate. HC&T is the team who does the calculation. You're asking me to confirm if the HC&T team did an accurate calculation? They should have. HC&T is our team that does redundancy calculation. So if that comes from HC&T, it is accurate.
If that comes from HC&T, Tola Olashore, it is accurate. So you trust her.
It's not her, it's a team that does the redundancies calculations for our company.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
My Lord, my Lord, I want to thank your Lordship. Thank you very much, Luciana. Thank you for finally coming up. We appreciate you coming, even if it's by Zoom. I know that I want to appreciate your Lordship for giving us the time.
Presents a lot of talent without me. That's why most times I don't have some. But your Lordship has need to try it by making sure if you left it to Mr. Wine, I will not have any. No, all of a sudden, I was locked out of my system. I had a list. Yes, I think very good.
My Lord, there is no re-examination. May I humbly apply for the discharge of this witness forever, as the court pleases. We are very grateful, sir. We have another witness.
Perhaps your Lordship can give us another.
So Luciana can go.
Should I leave?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you to the court. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.